here. Mark, we can go back to really understand how inflation spiked as high as it did. And that was during the Biden-Harris administration spending spree.
Yeah.
$7 trillion. And of course, that ended up being too many dollars chasing too few goods, setting inflation spiking. And now it's very hard to rein in. But of course, there's no mention of that. She's trying to blame corporate America again, price gouging.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's absolutely insane. Corporate price gouging, it is this administration that literally stole market share from small businesses and handed it on a silver platter to large corporations. So, first of all, there is no price gouging, but it is this administration that helped the biggest of the big companies at the expense of small businesses, which is not the way you really grow this country. But when you look at that poll, I'm very surprised that President Trump, when it comes to the economy, is only ahead 52 to 46, because when you go through and you look at how ineffective and how inefficient this administration has been, you look at the fact that real wages are down over the last 4 years. You look at the fact that we have a record number of people working multiple jobs, $7.5 billion to build 7 charging stations, billions of dollars to Intel, only for them to then decide they were going to fire a bunch of people. What Biden and Harris have done over the course of the last 4 years economically has been an unmitigated disaster.
Yeah. And Liz, there's absolutely no admission that the inflation was spiked because of their spending. That's worrisome. If you don't recognize what the issue is, how are you actually going to make a dent in the issue? And I'm surprised that Trump is only up 1 point nationally, frankly. Do you think people are going to focus on the policy or not, Liz?
I think it's very worrisome that Kamala Harris and, by the way, Joe Biden absolutely refuse to acknowledge that too much spending has led to too much inflation. And by the way, that was the upshot of that San Francisco Fed study, which concluded it wasn't price gouging. Corporations have struggled to maintain margins. They had to raise prices because everything went up in terms of their costs. So, in fact, it hasn't been price gouging. And what the San Francisco Fed said, Maria, is that actually it was too much government spending. So, in my view, that's disqualifying. If you can't acknowledge the root cause, going back to something that Kamala Harris loves to talk about, root causes, this is the root cause of inflation. But by the way, I thought Trump's speech is exactly what he needs to get out there and do. Talk about the economy, the number one issue, an issue where he does lead, and he will lead by more as he rolls out statistics. I detect, Steve Moore's influence in those numbers because he's exactly right. It is the $2,000 loss for every family over the last 4 years that really has hurt people.